Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live stream of Reaction Therapy. I am your resident psychotherapist, Tom Stevens, here with my beautiful wife, Jill. Hey, Jill. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the... kind of messed up with my volume there. Everything's coming on live. Let me shut off the volume so nobody can hear. We are live. Thanks for being here, everybody. I can see you in the chat. Jill can see you in the chat. We just wanted to take a few minutes, just a little bit of piece of time here, to talk with y'all about life, reaction therapy, just any questions y'all have, any ideas, thoughts. This is not to do a reaction to anything, right? We did that on my birthday, and you graced me with that on my birthday. But
that was fun.
We're going to hop after this over to Patreon. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you want to be today, because you get us here, and then you'll get us. We're going to hop over to Patreon, Jill. Yeah. You knew that, right?
That's cool.
So
I'm just
the
going
mic's
with
right
it.
here. Jill's
Just
voice
going
is
with
so
it.
soft. I'll have to move it like right over there. She's so sweet. We just wanted to talk to y'all. When we go to Patreon, we're going to answer questions, have a little bit more time over there. I asked y'all for questions ahead of time. I have questions written down that we're going to answer just about us and life and things like that.
Cool.
But really, you can put questions in now. If we had Nick here, he would be monitoring that. Sometimes the chat goes pretty fast and I can't keep up. But if you see a question and you want to answer it, then tell me, hey, Tom, we got a question in there. Because I love some of these people just having fun. I love you, and I'm not even sure of your first name, but just having fun has been so kind. Day 34 now of asking for what is that song by Zevia? It's If Depression Gets the Best of Me. How about that song for reaction therapy?
Title. Yeah.
Has asked very kindly 34 days in a row and hasn't complained, hasn't said I'm quitting. We've had a lot of people, Jill, who've come on and said, you haven't played my song I wanted. I'm leaving, unsubscribing, I'm out.
Oh.
This person, if you're there, tell me your first name so at least I can not call you Just Having Fun. But I like that name, Just Having. It's kind of like Jill. Yeah, she has that for her email. So be patient. You never know when that surprise is coming. And if Nick was here, if he pops in, maybe he'd be willing to answer some of the questions about reactions coming up, because we have several we've done ahead of time. And we just wanted to be able to be here to answer questions and talk to you about life. I mean, we've had a long day of work. We're home. We're going out on a date tonight. Double date with the good friends of ours, Breeze and Stacy. Can't wait for that. But right now, let's talk. Let's answer questions. How is your day going? We haven't even really been able to talk.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's going good. It's been very busy. We are heading out tomorrow morning up to Nick's school.
Yeah.
He is about to graduate.
That's right.
So we are going to go see him and celebrate him. His graduation is on Saturday.
Yep.
And he got recognition of, what was it?
Summa cum laude.
Summa cum laude.
Yeah,
that's the highest honors at the college for having the highest, one of the highest GPAs you can get. So we are so proud of him. Yeah. Charlotte, I don't even know where to begin with you. You are so kind and sweet. I feel bad I haven't talked to Charlotte much lately, because we've been so busy with work at my own school and everything that's happening. But now I'm going to call you. We're going to FaceTime.
Charlotte.
She's so sweet for a donation, $20. So nice of you. And I'm going to tell y'all, Charlotte's already on our Patreon. She is so kind, being at the next level, the $20 level. Yeah. Anybody wants to really support us, I'm telling you, go to Patreon. You don't even need to give here. Charlotte just goes above and beyond all the dang time.
That's really sweet.
But you really don't need to do that here. You can go there, subscribe there. It is a gift that keeps on giving, and we get content that comes out, extra content, and we're going to do a live stream there. You could go join now and see us on the live stream there.
That would be so cool.
So kind of Charlotte. So I'm going to scroll through these. Jill, do you have anything to say to people while I scroll through? Average wait time, Colton, man, the wait time can be months. We have more than 6,000 songs on our request list on Google. The requests go quicker on Patreon. I'm going to tell y'all, to be honest, because number one, we're doing a lot more content over there. Like we're doing YouTube, but we're also doing more over there. People, if they request over there, get something quicker over there, and that's a shorter list. So,
and there's a $4 level.
Yeah, very, very small. If you're having a birthday, like I just did, or you're having some graduation like Nick, ask for a subscription. Yeah. Like a year subscription at the bottom level, less than $50, and you get a whole year worth of reaction therapy and extra stuff. It's really cool.
But man, the number of videos you're putting out anyway, like you're always recording. So you're trying to keep up.
We are always recording. We do a lot of
true.
content here. And the
You
fact
do.
that on YouTube, I mean, on Patreon, you get the YouTube videos a week ahead of time
Yeah.
is pretty cool. And then you
Yeah.
get bonus content of all the requests at the top level.
Right.
Suicide Boys, if Nick's on here, you tell us, Nick. But if you're on here, I'll let Nick reveal whatever. I think there is Suicide Boys coming up like super soon. Because with me, I record 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time a lot of time. So
Right.
I can't tell you all the videos recorded. Number one, I can't remember them all. But number two, I don't want to spill the beans of things that are coming up.
Coming up. Some
But I can't-
surprises.
Tons of surprises.
Coming
I
up.
cannot tell you how much I love seeing people do things like this where they say, you know, day 5 of asking for this song or that song, day 6, day 30. Don't make it up though. Don't say day 99 of asking for this, because I tend to see y'all over and over again. So thank you very much, Charlotte. Gosh, we have so much to go through here. And we have questions. Pop Jake from Patreon over there. We have a question from you today. We're going to go over, so we're going to do that.
Okay.
Let's see, any of these. Morgan Wallen would love to do another one of his. I want to do the Band-Aid, the song about the Band-Aid.
Band-Aid?
Yeah, there's a Band-Aid, bullet hole, Band-Aid something that sounded really cool to do. Suicide Boys coming up. There are just so many questions.
They're talking about the silver button.
Are they?
Yes, thank you
Right here.
for reacting to that, seeing it
Yes,
on the wall.
we are so proud of that. See it every day.
And the wonderful
Jill?
fan art. I just learned that term.
From Jess.
Yes.
Okay, on Instagram.
We got it framed, Jess. It's great.
Yes.
That is so special.
Mad Witch Customs is the name of the place.
Okay.
Let me make sure I got that right.
I don't know. I think that may not be
Is
it.
it Sadwich?
I think
I
it's
said
sad.
mad. Why am I
think it's
saying mad?
sad.
It's Sadwich Customs.
It's an emotion.
Jess, I am so sorry. I want to order something from Jess. You know what I want to order is a picture of this, of us, right together. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah, maybe for our
Kind of far
anniversary.
apart here today, but I
Yeah.
didn't want to get my head in the
So
way of
crowded.
the button and of
and
the
the
fan art from Jess.
Mhm.
Jess, all the way over in the UK, created that fan art all on her own, sent it to me. I am so grateful for that. It is so sweet of you to do that. And she does go to Sadwich Customs. She made a jacket for Allie, Juice's girlfriend, and Allie has that now. So she does big stuff and does really good stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Band-Aid on a bullet hole. Very good, Colton. I want to do that one. It's actually on my list. I wrote it down to actually do. I haven't recorded it yet, though.
Oh, Josh was asking about Juice WRLD, the unreleased song.
Yeah, we still can't do unreleased music from Juice WRLD. I don't think anybody would touch it at this point, honestly, because some Patreon pages got taken down. Some had to start over. So no unreleased Juice. I did the 25-minute freestyle of Juice, and we'll do more. And you'll notice in May we switched up the lineup. So there's a lot of different order in things. No more twice a week of NF, twice a week of Juice WRLD. We've mixed it up. Nick is putting a whole lot more artists in.
Yeah.
Lately.
Mixing it up.
Yep. Even Bo Burnham. So let's see. Questions. Man, I had questions here. I'm trying to see if there are any like live right now. Day 1 million. That's pretty good.
Someone asked how we met.
How we met.
I'll let you tell them.
Very quickly. There's just so much chat. How we met. We met in, honestly, kind of grad school. I had already graduated. This is my one thing I've got over Jill in my life. I'd already graduated. She had graduated too from her master's degree, but was taking a play therapy course working with children, right? Back in the 90s, 1995 maybe. And I went back to supervise the students who were learning how to work with children. And she was in my little group that I supervised. And she was adorable and amazing. And I supervised her, and it was cute because I gave her a perfect, wonderful grade of 48 out of 50, and she complained to the professor and got that grade changed to a 50. But she was the best in my group. I just didn't give 50s at that time.
I didn't know that, though.
And I didn't see her after that until one day she popped into my office, which my boss was her supervisor. And so she popped in one day to bring coffee and donuts, and I was there, and I'm like, great, I'll take the coffee and donuts. And then we just started talking, and I started taking every chance I could to be with her, to eat lunch with her, to talk to her, to spend time with her. And then we went on an amazing trip to Alaska to teach students at the university up there. And just, I was in love with her from the beginning. What's there not to love? But she looks the exact same, by the way. 27 years later, exactly the same.
Yeah. You're so sweet.
Incredible.
And I'll tell you this, if anybody wants to know, the initial thing that really drew me to Tom, among other things, was how gentle and tender he was with the children that we were working with. Back then, it was all kind of on an internship basis. We were learning how to work with young children, and just his demeanor and how gentle and kind he was just really drew me to him. So,
Yep. Thank you. I love children. Yeah, we both love children. So that tenderheartedness, that connection, I tell you about relationships. Find somebody that's your best friend, that you have something in common with, that you love to spend time with. Yeah, thank you. Artists, people ask about the artists we like, the artists I like, and also has that changed over time. If y'all go look at TikTok or Instagram today, I put out a video last night of the very first Juice WRLD reaction I did and one of the latest reactions I did, which is really funny because it's like, in 4 months, do you see how I've changed? Number one, in the reactions I do, but number two, in my love for Juice WRLD, right? I didn't know what 999 meant. I was kind of confused about things, and now I'm bopping all over the place. So go look on TikTok or Instagram, Reaction Therapy, and you will see the comparison of 4 months later. And I think it's just hilarious. I love Juice WRLD. I love Eminem. I love NF, the journey we're doing so much. But I have also grown to love so many of the artists that we have. And I listen to the playlist that we have, the playlist on Spotify that's called Reaction Therapy that Connor Testone, I believe, did. And I just love it. I listen to that on my way to work. I listen to it at home.
It's you, really Wicked cool. Bronco Productions.
Wicked Bronco.
Thank you for that.
Oh, wow. You're giving me some Juice WRLD songs. Man, I love this. Thank you for the donation to $10. I really appreciate that. And I am going to take a picture of it right now so I can have that in my file and in my record. Thank you. I'll be able to see those. I don't know if we can do them. I pass them on to Nick. He decides what we do. So Nick is the one that gets to decide all that. So music, what's your favorite? Curious.
Well, you wouldn't really probably believe it, but I like a lot of the rock and roll from the 80s.
Yeah, Jill, man.
I was kind of a rocker
70s,
back then. And
80s.
The 70s, yeah. And then the classics too.
Late 70s, early 80s. Yeah. The rock and roll is good.
Yeah.
And we've done Alice in Chains on here, done Linkin Park on here.
Yep.
So we've had some really good favorite singer, favorite rapper. You don't have a favorite rapper. Jill does not like rap. She's tolerated it. She will never do. People have said, please don't turn this channel into the two of y'all. I've heard that. And because they, I guess, just want Tom to do it instead of making a twist on it. And I'm like, you don't have to worry, because she doesn't want to be here. She's so sweet to be here today to talk.
Yeah.
But to sit there and listen to rap is not your thing.
It isn't. But you know what? I'm learning. I'm acquiring a taste.
It's true.
Mainly because of the lyrics of so much of what I'm learning about what the music is saying.
Yeah.
And being able to actually read it, because I can't always understand, but all the words as they're singing, or saying it, rapping it.
Yeah.
But the way you've kind of broken it down, I'm learning, I'm growing.
Yeah.
So even that I'm open to.
It's kind of like I've told people before that, I've done chapel at my children's school, a church service and preaching with some of this rap music in it. And I can look at the lyrics and talk about Jesus all day.
Yeah. Because
you can find good stuff in all lyrics about relationship, life, depression, anxiety. Somebody mentioned in here that, their life's fallen apart. And it's real hard. They're in grad school. I think they're in grad school. Right. Yeah. 2 semesters from graduating. That's jiggity. Thank you for saying that. And thank you, people, for being so transparent and honest with your lives. And feels like everything's falling apart. And what I can tell you is simplify them as much as you can. If things are falling apart and you've got so much going on, simplify your routine. Please keep the exercise, the sleep, and the eating balanced as much as you can. Balance keeps me stable. And try your best not to invite any new stressors inside of that. Sometimes it's a season, but sometimes we just keep bringing other stressors in. Yeah.
And it is true. There was somebody that commented that knowing more of the current music that's out there, it has kept me current, I think, with a lot of my clients and also with my teenage boys. Like every now and then I'll what is it when you say the words? What are the words? They're called bars. I'll drop some
Bars,
bars.
dropping bars, Jill. Very good.
And the kids are like, "What? You knew that? Like you knew those songs? You know that song?" So
Yeah.
it is keeping me,
And
hip.
and when we talk about getting buried in social media, which is not
Yeah.
healthy at all, people go onto social media to feel good. They come off social media feeling bad. Happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This would be healthy social media. I will tell you that, because we're talking about lyrics. We're talking about mental health. That's our whole goal. And we want to be able to spread mental health awareness
That's right.
everywhere through these music and lyrics. So, Jiggity, advice to you, simplify. And when you start making choices, do your best to find somebody you trust that's around you that you can bounce things off of if there are life choices to make, because it's good to have mentors. We believe in that, and having somebody that you trust that can understand you. So also, and I don't know if Nick's even on here or not. Logan, good to see you. Love having you on here. Any tattoos, Jill? Dallas asked, do we have any tattoos?
You were thinking,
and if not, would you get them? I don't have any tattoos.
You were thinking of getting one.
I'm scared of tattoos. And and Jill doesn't have any tattoos that I know of.
No.
And my assistant Jackie, I put the post up. She did an Ironman lately, which is insane, right? So that's like a 2 or 3 mile swim, 114-mile bike, and a 26-mile marathon run all in one day. Incredible! What a feat! Yeah. Just she is an inspiration,
super strong
to us. That people say after you get an Ironman that you do a tattoo of the Ironman logo, and she hasn't done that. But I said, you get that one, I'll get the Reaction Therapy logo tattoo. I would love to have, if I get a tattoo, I don't like tattoos, I don't like pain. But if I get one, I would get the RT.
He doesn't like pain.
I don't like pain. I've had enough in my life. I don't want any more pain than that. But that's what I would do. So, do I listen to Juice WRLD all the time? Jill will tell you that. Listen to him all the time. I make TikToks of him all the time.
Yes, it's true.
That TikTok is really blown up, by the way, which is really cool. Okay. Here's a question, Jill. What's your secret to a happy marriage? I've been terrified of it because of how I watched my parents interact. Finally, have allowed myself to take the plunge into marriage and motherhood. Is it also true that your spouse needs to be your number one and not your children? Thanks. Love your content. God bless. So, secret to happy marriage.
There are 2 words you always use.
That's right. This is my steady.
So tell them.
Go ahead.
What are your 2 words?
Commitment and flexibility. To me, that's a successful marriage. I don't know if that creates happiness, but to me, success creates happiness. So commitment and flexibility. Be committed. Don't let I quit be in the. There are times you have to do that. I've seen plenty of marriages that have needed to quit. But honestly, with the integrity of just, there's no quit. We're going to fight through this. I'm going to do my part until it just is exhausted. And number 2 is flexibility, which means is more to this marriage than just me. It's not compromise. Don't get it caught in compromise, because then you'll be resentful. Flexibility means I'm going to recognize that this other person matters just as much as I do. And if it means more to her than it does to me to have something happen, then I need to bend and flex that way and be a good husband. It's also the compass and the captain that I talk about. All these tidbits coming out here. Gosh, we don't have much time left. The compass and the captain. If you're on a ship, the ship has a captain who steers the ship. He decides where things go when. The compass on the ship decides true north. Like a compass points to true north all the time. The captain can avoid the compass and not look at it and just choose to say, nope, we're going this way. I don't think that compass is right. That compass is your wife. To me, I say to husbands, I'm the captain. I steer the ship. I get the tiebreaker vote. And I know sometimes people are like, whoa, you're in control. I'm really not. I look at the best interest of my wife, my family, my children. And that's how I think we stay happy, is that if it's really important, she tells me. And if it's not, she lets me kind of be in that leadership role. And I take that and try to hold it tenderly and do the best I can. So compass and captain is a good example of it also, if you're in a healthy marriage. What else? That was a lot. By the way, we're hopping over to Patreon next in about 5 minutes. We're going to stop here, and then we're hopping over to Patreon. If you are a Patreon subscriber, hop over. There's a link there in the comments that we put, the announcements, whatever they're called, and you can follow that link. And we're going to do this all over again over there for all Patreon people. So we love y'all. Are so grateful to y'all. I don't even know how many people are on here, but there's a lot of chat here and a lot of questions. Any that you see you want to answer real quick? Tom, if you weren't a therapist, what other career path would you have been interested in? I have no clue, because I did working at IBM Computer Company for a year, and I hated it wearing a suit. Never again. Maybe like a coach or some kind of leadership position of just leading
some
children
kind
or
of athletic
athletics.
coach
I
of some
love
kind.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Something
I
like
could
that.
see you in that.
What would you do, Jill?
Probably a yoga instructor.
That would be good for you.
Yeah.
Yoga instructor.
Mhm.
Would you, have you ever considered doing any reactions to movies?
That sounds really interesting.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I think that would be
Yeah.
great.
And by the way, coming up real soon, y'all, this will help you want to be on Patreon as well. Nick and I are starting a podcast. And we
Yes.
haven't really announced that, but
I
that's a
didn't know
biggie.
you were
Yep.
going to announce that
Podcast
today.
is going to start. I'm not telling you when. It's starting
So
very soon, though.
just y'all that are watching
And
know
this
that.
this is kind of a cool
That's
deal for us
right.
because number
Yep.
one, I get to talk about the mental health field. It's focused on
Mhm.
our journey from the beginning of reaction therapy before
Yep.
it was even reaction therapy. And we're going to tell the story of how it all started. We're going to walk through the music we do, and we're going to incorporate interviewing the artists that we've reacted to. So we've had several that we've contacted and several that we're reaching out to see if
Yeah.
they'd be willing to come on the show and talk to us about mental health, their lyrics, their story.
Yeah.
So y'all, you don't want to miss this. We're going to show all podcasts on Patreon, and we're going to take a clip of it, a piece of the interview or a piece of the show, and put it on YouTube. So you'll still get some of it on YouTube, just not the entire show. But man, that is so worth the $4.
And there have been some artists that have reached out to you.
Yes.
So that way too, I think
And so
to interview, that would
lucky
be
to
so
have that.
cool.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the response and really the spreading of the mental health, the
Yeah.
mental health side of we
Yes.
want to pay attention to these songs matter. They hit people at a certain place in their heart, and
Yeah.
we want to be able to use those lyrics to talk about mental health and what you can do to make your life better than it is today. So let's see. Any last ones?
Anything on here?
Do you think you'll ever be able to time your dancing with the beat drum? RT, I don't do that well. I don't dance super well, right? And so and plus I'm in confined space here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, by the way, this is my new chair,
Yep.
y'all, that
Yep.
Jill and the boys got me, really, Jill.
Yep.
But this is my
For his-
new
for his
chair. I had the old wooden
birthday.
chair before. That was horrible.
Oh, it was a little wooden chair that he had when he was a boy.
Yep.
The chair that went in the desk.
Yep.
A little desk for like an elementary age child. That's what he
This one
was
goes up and
using
down.
to sit on.
I used it as a child, the old
He
chair.
did. Yes.
And I'd come out hurting and
Oh,
sore.
he would be.
We are so thankful for all of you. There's just so many questions I just can't answer. So good to see you. Jamie Lynn, good to see you. I always see some of y'all in the comments. I love just seeing y'all. It's like I know you, but I really don't. And so sometimes I have conversation with people in the comments like, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. You know, seeing people like Charlotte all the time and talking to her. And that's why I like the idea of Zoom. I wish we could do this by Zoom where we could see people's faces.
That would be so cool to be
But
able
yeah,
to see
thank you for all your comments, Jamie
Yeah.
Lynn. I appreciate it. All of
So
y'all.
Which artist is your favorite? Is it Juice World?
My
To
favorite?
be able to react to.
My
what'd you
favorite's
say?
been NF.
NF.
And
Yeah.
I say that because we've done a journey of his from the start to the
Yeah.
finish. That would probably
Right.
be my favorite interview to do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just because of what he's done with his life. But I'm telling you, a very close second is Eminem, like no doubt, because of where he's gone all the way down to the pit and then back up. And he loves his children and loves being a dad, and he's a genius. And so either one of those two, I would just love to. But man, for me to talk to some of these other artists that I just don't understand, and want to hear their story would be phenomenal. So
That would be so cool.
I love listening to Juice WRLD, though. I really do enjoy his music, and I'm learning it more and more as we go. There's just thousands of songs. So I know that's a hard answer.
Yeah.
But, you know, creeping up, coming from, I found a new love and passion for 21 Pilots, obviously.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to see them in person in concert when they come to Houston. And I cannot tell you how much I've loved. We started the journey with them, y'all. It's on Patreon.
Yep.
And half of it's coming over to YouTube. 21 Pilots Journey, where we are
Yes.
doing, that's only on the $10 level now, y'all. $10 level a month.
Yeah.
We're doing every single song 21 Pilots has done. Every single one.
Wow.
And
I
so
didn't
we're going
realize
to
that.
learn about them from the beginning.
That's really cool.
Isn't that something?
That's really cool.
Every week we do a 21 Pilots song. We're going to do it all the way through. Could take years.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So 21 Pilots, now that I reevaluate that,
Yeah.
they may actually they may climb to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, to sit with Tyler, who was there from the beginning, and hear that story and hear the
Yeah.
genius in their lyrics. When
Yeah.
you really listen to their lyrics and the way they present their material and how they include the crowd and the audience in their show, it's a family. And so I would love to just have a sit down with them. Okay. Anything else?
This has been great.
Yeah, Jill does know Juice World from just what we've talked about and some of the reactions we've done. She sits and watches in the living room. We watch that at night, what the reactions are. So, and Mac Miller came out today, y'all, and get ready because we're changing it up every day. There's all kinds of new stuff. And let me just quickly, because I can tell y'all, Nick's not here. I was going to tell you real quickly what's coming the rest of this week.
You're letting them know, huh?
Whether he likes it or not, right?
Oh.
Let's see. Funeral today, Mac Miller.
Revealing.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this. Tomorrow's fire. Tomorrow, just between you and me, we have Suicide Boys, we have Dax. It's going to be really good. So, and then more on the week. Oh man, this is good. So just stay tuned. Be a good week. Thank you for being a part of Reaction Therapy, for welcoming us.
On. Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you for being here.
Sure.
And we're going to go over to Patreon now and talk to some more people. Maybe some of the same people.
Yeah.
So if y'all are Patreon subscribers, go to your Patreon, click on the link. Hop on over. Yeah, but thank you very much. Honestly, this has been a lot of fun. In 5 months, it's been so much fun.
It's gone by so fast.
And it shows you, I kind of said the other day, I wish somebody would want to be excited to see me the way that people see Mac Miller when he does those off the top of his head raps with people on Omegle or out in the street. And somebody had commented and said, Tom, you have 124,000 people that would love to do that, which is so sweet because we do have people that have enjoyed it. Yeah. So thank you.
That means a lot. Yeah.
Appreciate it. We will see y'all on the next